Welcome back to our journey through the scriptures. We now find ourselves at a pivotal moment. The 40 years of wandering are over. A new generation of Israel stands on the east bank of the Jordan River, on the plains of Moab, poised to enter the land promised to their fathers. Before they cross, Moses, their long-standing leader, gathers them one last time to deliver a series of final addresses. This is his farewell, a powerful reminder of their history, a restatement of God's law, and a passionate call to a future of faithful obedience. These are the words of Deuteronomy. These are the words I, Moses, spoke to all of Israel on this side of the Jordan. It was the 40th year, the 11th month, on the first day of the month, after we had defeated Sihon, king of the Amorites, and Og, king of Bashan. The Lord our God spoke to us at Mount Horeb, saying, "You have stayed long enough at this mountain. It is time to turn and take your journey into the land of the Canaanites, all the way to the great river Euphrates. See, I have set the land before you. Go in and possess it, the land I swore to give to your fathers, to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and to their descendants. At that time I told you, I cannot bear this burden alone. The Lord your God has multiplied you until you are as numerous as the stars in the sky. How can I possibly bear your problems, your burdens, and your strife by myself? So I instructed you to choose wise, understanding, and respected men from each of your tribes, and I appointed them as leaders over you, captains of thousands, hundreds, fifties, and tens. And I charged your judges, saying, hear the cases between your brethren and judge righteously. Do not show partiality, hear the small and the great alike. Do not be afraid of any man, for the judgment is God's. Any case that is too hard for you, bring to me. And so we departed from Horeb, and went through that great and terrible wilderness, just as the Lord commanded, and came to Kadesh-barnea. I said to you, you have reached the mountain of the Amorites, which the Lord our God is giving us. Look, the land is before you. Go up and possess it, just as the God of your fathers said. Do not be afraid or discouraged. But you all came to me and said, let us send men ahead to spy out the land for us, so they can tell us which way we should go and which cities we will find. The idea seemed good to me, so I chose 12 men, one from each tribe. They went up into the mountains, came to the valley of Eshcol, and explored it. They brought back some of the fruit of the land and a good report. It is a good land that the Lord our God is giving us. But despite this, you rebelled against the command of the Lord your God. You would not go up. You grumbled in your tents, saying, the Lord must hate us. He brought us out of Egypt only to deliver us into the hands of the Amorites to be destroyed. Your spies had discouraged you, saying, the people there are stronger and taller than we are. The cities are large with walls up to the sky. We even saw the sons of the Anakim there. Then I said to you, do not be terrified, do not be afraid of them. The Lord your God who goes before you will fight for you, just as he did for you in Egypt before your very eyes. And you have seen how in the wilderness the Lord your God carried you, as a father carries his son, all the way you went until you reached this place. But in spite of this, you did not trust the Lord your God, who went ahead of you on your journey, in fire by night and in a cloud by day, to search out a place for you to camp and to show you the way you should go. When the Lord heard your words, he was angry and swore an oath. Not one person from this evil generation will see the good land I swore to give your ancestors, except Caleb. He will see it, and I will give him and his descendants the land he set his feet on, because he followed the Lord wholeheartedly. And because of you, the Lord was also angry with me, and said, you will not enter the land either. But your assistant, Joshua son of Nun, will enter. Encourage him, for he will lead Israel to inherit it. And your little ones, who you said would be taken as plunder, your children who do not yet know good from evil, they will enter the land. I will give it to them, and they will possess it. But as for you, turn back and set out toward the wilderness by the way of the Red Sea. Then you answered me, we have sinned against the Lord. We will go up and fight, just as our God commanded us. But when you had all put on your weapons of war, thinking it easy to go up into the hill country, the Lord said to me, tell them, do not go up and fight, because I will not be with you. You will be defeated by your enemies. I told you, but you would not listen. You rebelled against the Lord's command and went presumptuously into the hills. The Amorites who lived in those mountains came out against you. They chased you like a swarm of bees and beat you down all the way to Hormah. You returned and wept before the Lord, but he paid no attention to your weeping. And so you stayed in Kadesh for a long time. Then we turned back and set out toward the wilderness by the way of the Red Sea, as the Lord had directed me. For many days we wandered around Mount Seir. Then the Lord said to me, "You have been wandering around this mountain country long enough. Turn northward. Command the people that when they pass through the territory of their relatives, the descendants of Esau who live in Seir, they should not provoke them. I will not give you any of their land, not even enough for a foot to tread on. For I have given Mount Seir to Esau as a possession. You shall pay them in silver for the food you eat and the water you drink. For the Lord your God has blessed you in all the work of your hands. He has watched over your journey through this vast wilderness. These 40 years, the Lord your God has been with you, and you have not lacked anything." So we passed by our relatives, the descendants of Esau. Then the Lord said to me, "Do not harass the Moabites or provoke them to war, for I will not give you any part of their land. I have given Ar to the descendants of Lot as a possession." We also passed by the Ammonites, for their land too was given to the descendants of Lot. In the 38 years from the time we left Kadesh-barnea until we crossed the Zered Valley, the entire generation of fighting men had perished from the camp, as the Lord had sworn to them. The Lord's hand was against them until he had completely eliminated them from the camp. When all the fighting men had died, the Lord said, "Rise up, take your journey, and cross the Arnon ravine. See, I have delivered into your hands Sihon the Amorite, king of Heshbon, and his land. Begin to possess it. Engage him in battle. This very day I will begin to put the terror and fear of you on all the nations under heaven." I sent messengers to King Sihon with an offer of peace. "Let us pass through your country. We will stay on the main road and not turn aside. We will pay for any food or water." But Sihon refused, for the Lord your God had made his spirit stubborn and his heart obstinate in order to deliver him into your hands. And the Lord said, "See, I have begun to deliver Sihon and his country over to you. Now begin to conquer and possess his land." Sihon and all his army came out to meet us in battle at Jahaz, but the Lord our God delivered him over to us. We struck him down, his sons and his whole army. We captured all his cities and completely destroyed them, men, women, and children. We left no survivors. Then we turned and went up the road toward Bashan, and Og, king of Bashan, with his whole army marched out to meet us in battle at Edrei. The Lord said to me, "Do not be afraid of him, for I have delivered him into your hands, along with his whole army and his land." So the Lord our God also delivered Og, king of Bashan, and his whole army into our hands. We struck them down, leaving no survivors. We captured all 60 of his cities, the entire region of Argob. These were fortified with high walls and gates and bars. We completely destroyed them, just as we had done to Sihon. And so we took the land of the 2 Amorite kings east of the Jordan. I gave the land from Aroer by the Arnon Gorge, and half the hill country of Gilead to the Reubenites and the Gadites. The rest of Gilead and all of Bashan, the kingdom of Og, I gave to the half-tribe of Manasseh. To your fighting men I commanded, "The Lord your God has given you this land to take possession of it." But all your able-bodied men armed for battle must cross over ahead of your fellow Israelites. Your wives, your children, and your livestock may stay in the towns I have given you, until the Lord gives rest to your fellow Israelites as he has to you. And they too have taken possession of the land the Lord your God is giving them across the Jordan. After that, each of you may return to the possession I have given you. At that time I commanded Joshua, "You have seen with your own eyes all that the Lord your God has done to these 2 kings. So will the Lord do to all the kingdoms you are about to enter. Do not be afraid of them. The Lord your God himself will fight for you." At that time I pleaded with the Lord, "O sovereign Lord, you have begun to show to your servant your greatness and your strong hand. For what God is there in heaven or on earth who can do the deeds and mighty works you do? Let me go over and see the good land beyond the Jordan, that fine hill country and Lebanon." But because of you, the Lord was angry with me and would not listen. "That is enough," the Lord said. "Do not speak to me any more about this matter. Go up to the top of Pisgah and look west and north and south and east. Look at the land with your own eyes, since you are not going to cross this Jordan. But commission Joshua and encourage and strengthen him, for he will lead this people across and will cause them to inherit the land that you will see. So we stayed in the valley near Beth Peor. And now, Israel, listen to the statutes and judgments I am teaching you. Follow them so that you may live and may go in and take possession of the land that the Lord, the God of your ancestors, is giving you. Do not add to what I command you, and do not subtract from it, but keep the commands of the Lord your God that I give you. Take heed to yourselves, lest you forget the covenant of the Lord your God which he made with you, and make for yourselves a carved image in the form of anything which the Lord your God has forbidden you. For the Lord your God is a consuming fire, a jealous God. I call the heavens and the earth to witness against you this day, that if you forget and turn to idols, you will soon perish from the land you are crossing the Jordan to possess. But if from there you seek the Lord your God, you will find him if you seek him with all your heart and with all your soul. For the Lord your God is a merciful God. He will not abandon or destroy you, or forget the covenant with your ancestors, which he confirmed to them by oath. Ask now about the former days, long before your time, from the day God created human beings on the earth. Ask from one end of the heavens to the other. Has anything so great as this ever happened? Or has anything like it ever been heard of? Has any other people heard the voice of God speaking out of fire as you have and lived? Know therefore this day, and take to heart that the Lord is God in heaven above and on the earth below. There is no other. Keep his statutes and commands, so that it may go well with you and your children after you. Hear, O Israel, the statutes and judgments I speak in your ears this day, that you may learn them and be careful to observe them. The Lord our God made a covenant with us in Horeb. It was not with our fathers that the Lord made this covenant, but with us, with all of us who are alive here today. The Lord talked with you face to face on the mountain from the midst of the fire. He said, I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. You shall have no other gods before me. You shall not make for yourself a carved image. You shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain. Observe the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Honor your father and your mother. You shall not murder. You shall not commit adultery. You shall not steal. You shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. You shall not covet your neighbor's wife or anything that belongs to your neighbor. These are the words the Lord spoke to your entire assembly on the mountain, from the midst of the fire, the cloud, and the thick darkness, with a mighty voice. Then he wrote them on 2 stone tablets and gave them to me. But when you heard the voice from the darkness, while the mountain was ablaze with fire, you came to me and said, This great fire will consume us. If we hear the voice of the Lord our God any longer, we will die. Go near and listen to all that the Lord our God says. Then tell us whatever the Lord our God tells you. We will listen and obey. A Lord heard you and said to me, They have spoken well. Oh, that their hearts would be inclined to fear me and keep all my commands always, so that it might go well with them and their children forever. But you, stand here by me, and I will tell you all the commandments, the statutes and the judgments you are to teach them. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. And these words which I command you today shall be in your heart. You shall teach them diligently to your children, and shall talk of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, when you lie down, and when you rise up. When the Lord your God brings you into the land he swore to your fathers, to give you a land with large, flourishing cities you did not build, houses filled with all kinds of good things you did not provide, wells you did not dig, and vineyards and olive groves you did not plant. Then when you eat and are satisfied, be careful that you do not forget the Lord, who brought you out of Egypt, out of the land of slavery. When the Lord your God brings you into the land and drives out before you many nations, you must destroy them totally. Make no treaty with them, and show them no mercy. Do not intermarry with them, for they will turn your children away from following me to serve other gods, and the Lord's anger will burn against you. This is what you are to do to them. Break down their altars, smash their sacred stones, cut down their Asherah poles, and burn their idols in the fire. For you are a people holy to the Lord your God. The Lord your God has chosen you out of all the peoples on the face of the earth to be his people, his treasured possession. The Lord did not set his affection on you and choose you because you were more numerous than other peoples, for you were the fewest of all peoples. But it was because the Lord loved you and kept the oath he swore to your ancestors. Remember how the Lord your God led you all the way in the wilderness these 40 years, to humble and test you in order to know what was in your heart. He humbled you, causing you to hunger, and then feeding you with manna, to teach you that man does not live on bread alone, but on every word that comes from the mouth of the Lord. Do not forget the Lord your God, who led you through that vast and dreadful wilderness, that thirsty and waterless land, with its venomous snakes and scorpions. Do not say in your heart, "My power and the strength of my hands have produced this wealth for me." But remember the Lord your God, for it is he who gives you the ability to produce wealth. Hear, O Israel, you are now about to cross the Jordan to go in and dispossess nations greater and stronger than you. Understand, then, that it is not because of your righteousness or your integrity that you are going in to take possession of their land, but on account of the wickedness of these nations. For you are a stiff-necked people. Remember this, and never forget how you provoked the Lord your God to anger in the wilderness. At Horeb you made a golden calf. I had gone up the mountain to receive the stone tablets, and I stayed on the mountain 40 days and 40 nights without eating bread or drinking water. The Lord gave me the 2 tablets of stone inscribed by the finger of God. But the Lord said to me, "Go down from here at once, because your people whom you brought out of Egypt have become corrupt." So I turned and went down the mountain. And I saw that you had sinned against the Lord your God. I took the 2 tablets and threw them out of my 2 hands, breaking them to pieces before your eyes. Then I fell prostrate before the Lord for 40 days and 40 nights. I ate no bread and drank no water, because of the great sin you had committed. I prayed for you, and the Lord listened to me that time also. The Lord then commanded me to chisel out 2 stone tablets like the first ones. He wrote on them the 10 commandments, and I placed them in the ark of the covenant I had made. And now, Israel, what does the Lord your God ask of you but to fear the Lord your God, to walk in obedience to him, to love him, to serve the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul, and to observe the Lord's commands and decrees. Love the stranger, for you yourselves were strangers in Egypt. Therefore, keep all the commands I am giving you today, so that you may have the strength to go in and take over the land. It is a land the Lord your God cares for. The eyes of the Lord your God are continually on it from the beginning of the year to its end. If you faithfully obey the commands I am giving you today, to love the Lord your God and to serve him with all your heart and with all your soul, then I will send rain on your land in its season, and you will gather in your grain, new wine and olive oil. But be careful, or you will be enticed to turn away and worship other gods. See, I am setting before you today a blessing and a curse. The blessing if you obey the commands of the Lord your God that I am giving you today. The curse if you disobey. You shall utterly destroy all the places where the nations you dispossess served their gods. You shall not worship the Lord your God in their way, but you are to seek the place the Lord your God will choose from among all your tribes to put his name there for his dwelling. To that place you must go. There, in the presence of the Lord your God, you and your families shall eat and shall rejoice in everything you have put your hand to, because the Lord your God has blessed you. Be careful not to sacrifice your burnt offerings anywhere you please. Offer them only at the place the Lord will choose in one of your tribes. Observe and obey all these words I command you, so that it may always go well with you and your children after you, when you do what is good and right in the sight of the Lord your God.